jeez. Afraid? Nah. Every contest I've done is so terrible, man. What you talking about? I can't even solve Q3 anymore, man. It's crazy. Well, it's not that crazy if you think. I don't really practice LeetCode that much anymore, you know. But it is still kind of crazy. Vertizoid, how you doing, man? Are you guys ready? I guess I'll just do the daily problem, do a virtual contest, and just chill until contest time, and then I'm out of here, not taking that dang thing. Not yet, at least. Maybe in a couple weeks I'll start taking it. Cold? It's pretty cold wherever you are. Yeah, it might be a little bit cold here. All right. What are y'all saying? Like the long, it's not even a hoodie, it's just a long sleeve t-shirt. Yeah, it's one of my favorite shirts that I have. This one and the frog one, I think, are my favorites. All right, daily problem, shall we? Wait, I'm not ready. I'm not ready yet, man. Hold on. All right, I'm ready now. Minimize maximum pair sum in array. The pair sum of a pair is equal to a plus b. The maximum pair sum is the largest pair sum in a list of pairs. For example, if we have pairs 1, 5, 2, 3, and 4, 4, the maximum pair sum would be max 1, 5, 2, 3, and 4, 4, and that's equal to 8. Given an array nums of even length n, pair up the elements of nums into n over 2 pairs such that each element of nums is in exactly one pair, and the maximum pair sum is minimized. Return the minimized maximum pair sum after optimally pairing up the elements. What? So, even length, pair up the elements of nums into n over 2 pairs such each element is exactly one pair, and the maximum pair sum is minimized. So that means we want, I guess we just want the largest number to always be with the smallest number. So I'll try that. I'll just, so we have n over 2 pairs. I'll just sort. And then it's basically a 2-pointer, and I'll go in from the ends, work my way in. That way, in each pair we have one of the smallest and one of the largest. I think that should minimize our maximum pair sum. So I'll initialize this to be, I don't know, int max? Int min? Wait, let me look at what the numbers can be. They can only be positive, so 0 is okay. And then I'm going to just do L, left pointer, right pointer, and then take the two numbers at the end, so left number, right number, and then this is the pair sum, and then that's the maximum pair sum, and that's, I hope that's minimized, man. We'll see. I mean, it seems pretty easy. Acceptance rate 83%, so I suppose this sounds right. Alright, that one was too easy, man. What else they got for us? What else they got, man? They ain't got nothing for us today. So, I guess that means I gotta do a virtual contest, huh? Which one did I do last? I did 480, so maybe like 479. I'll do the virtual. Here we go. Here we go. Sort integers by binary reflection. What the hell is that, man? You're given an integer array nums. The binary reflection of a positive integer is defined as the number obtained by reversing the order of its binary digits, ignoring any leading zeros, and interpreting the resulting binary number as a decimal. I see. Sort the array in ascending order based on the binary reflection of each element. If two different numbers have the same binary reflection, the smaller original number should appear first. Return the resulting sorted array. Alright. So I guess it's just sorting in a custom sort, right? So I'll just do this and I'll just pass it like comparator, custom sorting comparison function, or whatever you call it. So let's say we need to find out the binary digits. So let's do that. Binary digits. Is that just dividing by 2? Is there an easy way to get that in C++? I don't know, man. Let me think. Should I just have strings? Let me see what, oh, the numbers can be up to 1 billion. So dang, how am I gonna sort that? Is this a hard Q1, man? This is like a not like a type racer Q1, I think. Based on the binary reflection of each element, if two numbers, different numbers have the same binary reflection, so the smaller number, how the hell can I create the binary reflection? Reversing the order of its binary digits. I'm thinking if the number is up to 1 billion, that means it has like up to 31 bits. And a number that's 31 digits long sounds like a big number. So how do I even store that? Will that store? Should I even store that in a real integer or a long? And I don't even know if that, like, what's the max for a long, man? That's a lot of digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. But that's not like 30 digits, right? Am I tripping right now? Is this like a Python should I just use Python for this? Python would handle this without problem, yeah? Or maybe there's some other way. Maybe I can just have them represented as a string, is what I was thinking. And then maybe I just sort them as strings like this, like convert everything to a string. I'm gonna try that, man. So how do you turn a number into its binary representation? So these are ints. You just keep dividing by 2. Yeah. Maybe I should make a function for this. I'm gonna just call it to bin string. And it takes in a number. Right? So that's my returning string. And then I guess while num, right? Each bit. And then for each bit, that would be bit plus 0 for the character. And then I can just call this function here to binster. And now you can say if they're equal, we can just return the smaller of the two. Otherwise, we want to return the smaller of the two. Yeah, let's see how that works, man. What do you say? 4, 4, 5, and oh lordy. Why is this one not sorted the way they want? Eight. I mean, these are already reflected, right? Because otherwise I'd have to reverse these things. Yeah. Let me just do a little bit of debugging. See what's up, you know? Because something looks funky out here. Dang, what the hell is this, man? How are we gonna get... So, alright, something ain't right with... this is not supposed to be... This is supposed to be mod 2, man. Come on now. Something is super funky for sure. Alright, let's see what's up now. 4, 4, 5, and 8. Uh-oh. It's supposed to be 8, 3, 6, 5, but I'm having 8, 6, 5, 3. Let's see. I'll uncomment this thing back out and see what's up. What is happening? So, yes, reversed. 6, reversed. Maybe I'm misunderstanding then. Oh, I see what they're talking about, man. They don't want me to actually sort by the binary numbers. the resulting binary number as a decimal. I think I misunderstood that question. It wasn't super clear to me. I'm treating like the literal binary number as a decimal, not converting it to a decimal. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyways, now that they told me all that, I suppose we can modify this. So instead of returning this weird string, we're going to return an actual number. And how do we do that? Suppose we can iterate. How do you do it, man? I know how, man. So we iterate from the right going left into this string, and we keep track. The index would represent the power of 2, and then we just add that to the ends. And that's how we'll build up the actual decimal number from the binary string. So here we go, from the right side to the left side. I'll just keep track of my pause, I guess. So it's gonna be, what's it gonna be, man? It's gonna be like if that character is set. So if red I equal to a 1, then we want to add that power. So it's like 1 shifted pow times something like that, perhaps, and then we return that answer. So I'm just gonna leave the same function name, but I think we can do it like this. These are ints now. That's why I'm so confused about how is that number gonna fit into a thing. So we got 445 and we got 8365. Look at that. I'm feeling pretty good about this answer now. Submit. Not bad. I think the problem description was a little bit confusing for me, but I think if I had just looked over example 2, it would have made more sense. Or even example 1. If I just paid more attention to examples, man, that one I wouldn't have been confused. Stephen Saggy Ball, how you doing? What are you doing this weekend? Are you working on your game? Or what's up? Howling fan. Or howling. What's up, man? You taking a contest? Or what? Another day, yeah? Capington. What's poppin'? You willing a bit? Hey, it's better than me. I'm not taking it. How's life? Life is going pretty good, I'd say. I would think to debug. Are you debugging it like the old-fashioned way, or are you using AI, Steven Saggyball? I think I want to make a game too, man, but I think I'm trying to do too much right now. I need to like focus my energy on only a few things, you know, but I really do want to make a game. I think I followed a tutorial wrong. Set up Unreal MCP. I don't know. Just finished the daily. Wasn't too bad today. Yeah, today was too easy. Too easy, man. Anyways. So should I do this Q2 or what? Should I chill? I'm feeling real lazy today. Real lazy. I'll do the Q2 though. Largest prime from consecutive prime sum. You're given an integer n. Return the largest prime number less than or equal to n that can be expressed as the sum of one or more consecutive prime numbers starting from 2. If no such number exists, return 0. What? The largest prime number less than or equal to n that can be expressed as a sum of one or more consecutive prime numbers starting from 2. That's crazy. It's a crazy ask, man. How the heck do you do this? This is a prefix sum problem. A prime number, a sieve of Eratosthenes, and a prefix sum. That's where my mind is going immediately, but I'm not too sure. Not too sure. I gotta look at these examples. So do I generate all primes up to n? And then I gotta see what the hell. So alright, here we go. All primes up to n. It's up to 20. We got 2. We got 3. We got 5. We got 7. We got 11, 13, 17, 19. Are those all prime numbers, man? I think so. So, I mean, why the hell do I need prefix sum? Wouldn't I just keep adding up the prime numbers until, like, until we're bigger than n? Or is it that easy, or am I tripping? It's missing CDs? No? What's up? What is a CD? What you talking about? You ain't tripping? See these nuts? Man, you see these nuts, man. Get out of here. Anyways, how's LeetCode? LeetCode's alright, man. Oh, Solaris, how you doing? Yeah, I'm just doing a virtual. Ain't no thing. Alright, how the hell do we generate prime numbers up to n? I don't know how to type in sieve. I keep calling it sieve, but it's the sieve of Eratosthenes. Alright, this is probably a good time to practice my sieve. But I forget how it works. How the hell does it work, man? That goddamn sieve. Damn it. So if I remember, it's like you gotta do a Boolean thing. Try to go up to n. Yeah, I'll just go right up to n plus 1. No, n is good. And then I start from 2. Let me think. Are you allowing yourself to Google the algorithm or no? I mean, it would be pretty easy if I just Googled it, but I like to try to derive it myself. I know it's like a double for loop, or you go I equal that, j equal I times I. I don't know what that goes up to. Something like this, and then for this, it's like you gotta mark. How does it go? So this is all set to false initially, right? Maybe I should set everything to true. I don't think it matters. but maybe it does. If I label this as is prime, then I can set everything to false, and then if this is false, then I mark it true. If you don't remember the textbook sieve, there's a simpler n log n way. Sieve is n log n. You can just populate a list of the divisor for each integer, like 1 over 2, 1 over 3, 1 over 4. And then the primes are those that have exactly 2 divisors. I don't quite understand that one, Solaris. I'm going to have to think about that. But let me try and type up my sieve from like deriving it from memory. So it's like if it's not prime, then it is prime. How does it work? I don't know. Jesus. Maybe this is a wrong thing to call it. I'm gonna just be like seen. And then I'll mark it here. And then I'll have to mark each of these. I think if I drew this out, I could see the pattern. I'm trying to like do it in my head, and it's been like many months since I've done a sieve. So should I do that, or should I just continue trying to? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, up to 20, yeah? So here we start at this number, that's I, and that's J. So then we've seen this, so then that's a prime, right? And then now we're gonna mark all these J's. So 2 times J equal 4. And then maybe it's like J plus equal to I to get the multiples of it. And then we mark seen J equal true. Yeah, that means that like whichever number J is, then it's divisible by I. So then it's not prime. So we can mark it as seen. So this is gonna mark like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. And now I goes here, and oh, 3, it's not seen, so that's also a prime, yeah? Now we mark that. And then J goes to 9, and it marks 9. 12 is already marked. 15, mark it. 18, mark it. Already marked. And then 21 is greater than, so it doesn't do anything. And then now I goes to 5. Yeah, this is how we do it, right? 5 is not seen. Well, maybe this loop can be inside of this, or should we still mark? I don't know, actually, because it would hit the 4, 8, yeah, then those would already been hit. And then 5, so 5 is now prime. And then we hit mark that 10, 15, 20, so on and so forth. Then 7, 6, 12. Yeah. This, I like this. I think this is gonna be all right. So we got our primes, and then now Wait, the largest prime number less than or equal to n that can be expressed as a sum of one or more consecutive prime numbers starting from 2. Should I just make this a set instead of a vector? So it'd be like, I want to look up the largest prime number in my things instead. So I'll insert that, and then now, well, I'll make it an actual set. And then now I'll just iterate over the primes. And then I'm gonna be like adding them together, and then if we find that in our set, that means that's our answer, right? I think that's it, man. I hope my sieve is good. There's a typo in my loop though. Uh-oh. Maybe this is too big. Should I do like n+1 for good luck? Also, let me try and figure out what this typo could be. I'm not sure. But something ain't right. It's going out of bounds because I give it, what am I doing wrong? Where's my typo at, huh? This doesn't feel crazy, right? Why is it doing that? Come on. Who put that there, man? Oh, what? This is also a typo. But now it's crazy wrong. And how the hell did it even get 7? Because there's another typo. There we go. 2. Alright, I'm feeling comfy with this. I'm gonna send it. Oh, I knew that was gonna happen, man. I just had, as soon as I hit send, something just went to my mind, like I should long or something, probably. But wait, it's that big. I shouldn't need to go that large, right? Right? I should have saved that dang test case. Try it out. I should just automatically put the big test cases in there. Alright, so how the hell are we gonna do this? Should I just try 50,000 to make sure for sure nothing funky happens? Alright, nothing funky happens. Should I send it again? Yeah. Oh, come on, man. Wait. What did it say? It's not 50,000. It's 500,000, man. Jesus. Can't believe that also happened. Need one more zero there. Alright, now we should be alright. Alright, maybe not. In long, no problems there. We got big problems still. My sieve is too slow, man. Am I doing something wrong in my sieve? Maybe I don't need to go up to N. I just need to go up to a different number. Am I doing the contest? Nah, I'm doing a virtual contest though. What's happened? Think about your sieve outermost loop. Yeah, I'm trying to think about that. It's like, why is that? Do I just go square root n up to here? +1 for good luck? I don't really know. I don't think so, man. That looks funky. Yeah, what do I do? Is your sieve the slow part? I times I less than equals n to avoid floats. Oh, like, what do you mean? Right here? Yeah, this is a good sieve practice for me, for sure. And definitely need that. Wait, so if nah. I can't do that, right? Why is my sieve so slow? I know some tricks for these sieve problems is like you can make this some type of global static and just generate all the primes one time. But I don't want to resort to trickeries like that. You need to loop over. Yeah, that's what I've seen a few people do in contests. Just have it so you just generate all the primes one time, and then you just look up that static, global static thing, so it doesn't calculate the sieve every time. So you're saying maybe this part is too slow. Where, yeah, let me think. There's a lot of prime numbers, and we're looking up. The way you wrote your sieve is non-standard. Using I times I less than equal n won't add all the primes to your prime set. You should use is prime instead of seen. With all the values initialized to true, then check is prime. If is prime, then mark multiples of I that are greater than I, not prime. What is the complexity of find? Yeah, I don't know. So, all right, sets are ordered. I think an insert into the set is log n. But is a lookup also log n into a set? I don't even remember time complexity of my data structure, Solaris. You're exposing me, man. Maybe I gotta have a little study session soon, man. Because set is ordered. For sure, an insert is log n. But is a lookup? A lookup is constant, right? Oh, I don't know, man. Space Pekal, how has doing these exercises and learning algorithms paid off for you? Is it something you get to use to show people you know coding, or have you actually used these skills when working as a developer? Man, learning algorithms has paid off big time for me. I've literally made like my whole life better. Before, I've never had any type of real tech job. And after I learned algorithms, I was working at Google making a lot of money. And I worked there for 4 years. And I can say I only got hired because I knew algorithms and nothing else. So it has been the best investment of my life, literally. I've never been paid so much money for knowing algorithms, or like never been paid so much money for doing anything, knowing anything in my whole life than knowing some of these dang algorithm problems. So yeah, I'll do it again, man. You use algorithms after you got the job? Not really. I've used some knowledge from training algorithms on the job, but I haven't used like specific algorithms daily on the job. I think maybe 1 or 2 times I pulled out some LeetCode type algorithms to solve something, but learning algorithms has absolutely paid off big time for me. Jerome VIP, what's happened? Finally a stream without stupid press messages? What you talking about, man? Press messages. Anyways, how we're gonna fix this? You guys are telling me Massive is a little bit LeetWhale. Let me go back to your comments here. Wait, why such a complicated check? Wait, what are you talking about, man? This thing? Is that complicated? Try removing the prime set and use isPrime instead of seen. Oh, okay, hold on. This, I mean, this is not complicated. It's just looking for if something exists. I guess you can do a dot count, but I don't know. I just like typing it out because I've been burnt by dot count. Wait, can't you say if cur less than equal to n? Oh, because it says it has to be a prime number, right? Yes, it also has to be a prime number, not just largest consecutive thing less than n. All right, let me see. Solaris says, or LeetWhale says, remove the prime set. Oh, I see what you're saying, because it's a little bit redundant. It's a little bit, if I can just have this as my basically isPrime, and then inserting into this will no longer be a log n type of thing going on. And then my isPrime, so I'd be like, if it's not isPrime, then it's prime. And then, wait, is that true? Hold on. If it's prime, if it's not, because why would he need to do this? So if it's prime, then we don't have to do that. Then these are false. That's what you're saying, LeetWhale, right? And then now I don't have this lookup here. I can just check. I mean, just isPrime. Well, if maybe it's just like less than or equal to n. it's prime. Alright, I'm gonna try that. Hey Q, what's happening? Why is your prime vector initialized to false? Oh yeah, because I don't know how to write a sieve, that's why. Initialize everything in is prime to true, then set composite numbers to false. Primes no longer exist. Oh shit. You are right. I have to go through all of them like that, man. I would be the prime number. Let's see. Is prime. Is that crazy? Am I doing some crazy things right now? It's not even 17, 2. Really large number. Should I just send that, man? I'm gonna send it. Easy, man. It's too easy. John C. What? Jerome says, with all these if statements, is there no switch case option in the language? What if statement? Like these two if statements? I think having a switch case here would be a little bit strange, man. I think this is fine. It's like not that crazy. I guess, yeah, it's not that crazy. Well, maybe it is to some people. All right. You guys ready for Q3? Total score of dungeon runs. You're given a positive integer HP and 2 positive 1 indexed integer arrays damage and requirement. There is a dungeon with n trap rooms numbered from 1 to n. Entering room I reduces your health points by damage I. After that reduction, if your remaining health points are at least requirement I, you earn 1 point for that room. Let score J be the number of points you get if you start with HP health points and enter the rooms J, J plus 1 to N in this order. Return the integer score 1 plus score 2 all the way up to score N, the sum of scores over all starting rooms. Note, you cannot skip rooms. You can finish your journey even if your health points become non-positive. I am more of a programmer that uses guard classes before doing stuff that needs to be done. Wait, you saying something was wrong with my solution? It's not good. Anyways, I'm not trying to write production grade code here either. It's just, you know, a little LeetCode puzzle. Or enterprise code. Yeah, I wonder if somebody solved LeetCode problems like a big corporation solution would look like. Those answers look crazy, man. Got like 10,000 lines of code to answer twosome. Anyways. With Java, inheritance and polymorphism. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not too good of a coder, so what do I know? Only these puzzles, really. I don't know what this problem is asking. So you start off with some HP, and the rooms are just linear like that. What's these requirements for? If your remaining health points are at least requirement, you earn 1 point for that room. We start with... Okay, so J until the end. So it's how many points you can get if you entered from that room and went to the end. Return the integer score 1. So obviously we shouldn't try to calculate them in that order, right? 10 to the 9 HP, 10 to the 5th, 100,000 rooms. Dang. Cannot skip rooms. You can finish your journey even if your health becomes non-positive. So, I mean, all right, the answer is 3 here. So the score of 1 is 2 because we'll enter this room with 11. We'll take 3 damage. Now we're 8, and you get 1 point because 8 is more than the requirement. Yes. Enter room 2. You take 6 damage. So you get 1 point because your health is still at least the requirement. Enter room 3 and you do not get any points. So 1. And then score 2. 11, 6. Dang, how do you do this? Let me think. Oh, Jesus. How the heck do you do this? Everything I'm like, if I just literally calculated the scores each, it would for sure time limit exceeds, right? I think so. So there must be a way to see. Otherwise, dang. Am I equipped to solve this problem? Like, do I know all the right algorithms? Nothing is standing out to me right now with like what I should do. But I keep thinking, I keep trying to think of some way to use DP, but it doesn't seem likely. DP's the way. 10 to the 5th makes me feel something n log n here, but I don't even know, man. Maybe this is a hint for me. The damage and the requirements are only up to 10,000. Is this something I could use to develop an algorithm that is gonna pass? I don't know. I don't know yet. Because there's no way to know if I will reach, if I'll get points for that. How do I know if I'll get points for that room? I don't know. You need to go in that room and have enough health left. And then I'm not sure what this part means. This note here, you cannot skip rooms. You can finish your journey even if your health points become non-positive. I guess they put that there to tell you that you get the points even if you don't finish the whole journey. Like, you still get scored. That's my assumption there. Dang. And also, why is score 3 0? Because you have 11 health. Maybe I'm misunderstanding the question. That's why it seems so difficult for me. Because why score 3 0? I'd assume they mean you can enter room 3 with 11 points, but no. Let me read it one more time. The more points you get if you start with HP health points and enter rooms J plus 1 to N in that order. Return this integer score 1, score 2 up to score N. The sum of scores over all starting rooms. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Maybe it really just means you enter that room, but you already have to take all that damage when you enter. So like right here, instead of starting with 11 points for score 3, you actually start with 2 points. So then in that case, it's like, I'm just gonna type something up, man, because I don't think this problem is super clear to me. So I'm thinking, oh man, only 2,500 people got a seed, which means I'm not sure. Think of a recursive method and try and refine it to a DP. Kirkpatrick, what's going on, man? Yeah, I was thinking about DP, but I feel I don't fully understand the problem statement. And it feels like DP would be a bit slow because we need one dimension for the index and then like another dimension maybe to represent how much life you have at a certain thing, maybe, right? And then that would give me way too many states. So maybe there's like some other DP formula or whatever besides doing that. Some clever way of it reducing the size of the states. So now I'm thinking, I don't know what I'm thinking. You get 1 point for score 2 because that's how many rooms. Yeah, so I'm thinking like you need to figure out how far you can get with health, and then it's like each room is like that answer, and then it's answer -1, answer -2 up until you get to the end. But that seems a little too easy for a Q3 with such a low acceptance rate. But I'm gonna just try that out anyways and see where that logic breaks down. So what I said I was gonna do, so I need to find out, it's like how many rooms can I get to. How do I do that? So I have my starting HP, and then so I take my damage. Should I copy my HP? Man, I can't type today. So I subtract the damage. And then if that HP is greater than the requirement, greater than equal to. Oh, I think I see where it breaks down, because the requirements, just because you still have life left, doesn't mean. Oh, I don't know, man. I think it's starting to make some sense a little bit. Let me look at some more examples before I start implementing anything else. So I start with 2 HP. No. Requirement 1. Oh. I'm talking nonsense, man. So you do enter from that room. Because if you enter with 11 into this room, you get -7. And that's not enough. That's 4. So it's not enough for points. That's why the score is, yeah. I don't know what I was thinking, man. So, alright, let me erase this. Let me think again. How do you know? Do I start from the back first? So if does that even make a difference where I start? It's like the damage and the requirements are at least 1. So if I start from the back and I can't make that room, then I can't make that room ever. I don't know if that's an observation I need to remember. So maybe I need to keep track of my... I have a feeling I should be traversing from the end to the beginning somehow. Maybe taking a suffix sum of the requirements as I'm iterating over the damage from right to left to do something, to figure out like how far I can go each time. Let me think a little bit more about that. So if I started at the end here, I'll start with 4 hit points, and that's not enough, so no way I'm making that one. Because I don't know. Maybe I have to do some type of binary search to see how far you can go once you start at that thing. Yes, binary search, suffix sums, and start from the right. Now I need to start piecing all that together a little bit more formally. Let me try and spell it out a little bit. So my suffix sums, these are my damages. So if I started from the right, my HP is 11 minus 7 equal 4. And then these are my requirements. This is 5. This is 7. That would be 11. So if I have this suffix thing, then I know I'm coming in with 4 hit points right here. And then I can do some type of binary search on this to see how many scores I should get. And I do a lower bound. Lower bound. I do an upper bound. Or whichever one. Upper bound means greater than the first element. Or do a lower bound. I'm tripping myself up, man. Basically, I'm trying to figure out how far I can get back. No, I think I'm going off course now. Jeez. 7. Now notice there's nothing. Anyways, let me see what happens if I entered in the next cell, I equal 1. Then our hit points is going to be 5. Or, right? No. Yeah. And then requirement is 2. I don't know what I'm doing, man. I think I'm confusing myself. I thought I saw something, but now I don't even know what I'm seeing anymore. But it does feel like there's some way I can know. Since it's like consecutive rooms, I really feel like some type of suffix or prefix sum is necessary here. I just can't figure out how to use it yet, man. You're on the right track. Yeah, I feel it, but I can't put it together, you know? I need some water, that's what I need. Okay. Enter here. Oh, don't defense wants to do a little type racer before I spend more brain juice on this Q3. Let's do it. What's happened? Don't defense. Y'all ready? There's the link for the type racer. Alright, who's in here? Let's do this. First race is the warm-up. Second race is the championship round. Only 3 of us today? Hey, Elite Whale, I never see you in these type racers, man. Are you not a typing connoisseur? Dang, don't defense so fast lately. I'm not a fast typer. That's even more reason why you should do the type racing. I was around 75 to 80 when I started to stream a few years ago. And now I'm pushing almost 100, I guess, 95 to 100, just because I do the type racers. Brent Arata, where is Pixel Pusher? Yeah, I don't know. Pixel Pusher, maybe he got a big time job and he's too ballin' to study algorithms anymore, you know? All right, here we go. Icy Black Deep, welcome. What's happening? Championship race. You guys ready for it? It's a really short one. I'm ready. Easy 102, smooth. Don't defense. Looks like he fumbled the ball, man. Magnus GPT, welcome. Hello, sir. Do you think streaming helps you with productivity? Absolutely, 100,000%. It helps me so much with my productivity. But I think it's different for everybody. Some people say they get more distracted by streaming, but for me, if I was streaming, I wouldn't be studying. I wouldn't be doing anything except playing video games. My website work? Yeah. Who is that? That was me. 102. It's too easy. Look at the new type racer leaderboards. Latest champ is myself. All right. It's been like 6 years since I started with programming, if you call it that, and I've always got task paralysis plus chronic procrastination. And I don't even have a single project that I can show to people. And it's like that for everything, actually. That sounds a lot like me, man. Chronic procrastination. So one of the biggest reasons I started to stream was to hold myself more accountable. And I think it's been working really well for me. And I've been streaming for 4.5 years now. I started in 2021. And I started it to like study LeetCode to prep for interviews. And then I just kept doing it. Even when I had a job, man, sometimes I'd stream during the workday, just like co-working, and it really, really boosted my productivity and it made me focus so well. But that's only when I like don't read chat too much. Sometimes reading chat can be distracting if it's bumping, you know. I've spoken to a few people on Twitch and every dev seems to be going through the same thing, and the reason they streamed it is literally that. Yeah, I think it's like a little hack for how people operate. All right. What am I gonna do here? This problem is hard for sure. But I'm trying to, alright, I'm trying to go from right to left. I'll see if I get a point for that room. And then I just need to see how far I can go to the right to see how much score I'll get. So I think I just need to formulate the answer with suffix sums, man. It's tricky, but you can do it. Man, I see the vision. I just don't know what the blueprint is, if that makes sense. I can visualize it working, man. All right, let me try and lock in a little bit here. Maybe I just need a good example because this example isn't too great and I'm really bad at coming up with examples. But all right, so let's say we have, oh Jesus, 3, 6, 7, and these are requirements 4, 2, 5. So then the starting HP, all right, this is the damage. This is the requirements. So if I entered each of these cells, this is the index. And our starting HP is 11. So if I enter this one, I start with 8 in this cell. No, basically 11. Rec. So let me put my prefix sums here now. So this would be 5. This would be 7. And this would be 11. Is that true? So if we come in here and we get 11 and we look at these prefix sums, this means that by the time we get to the last room, we'll have 0 HP. So that's 2 points because the first number that is less than 11, that would be 7. So that's 2 because it's I. So it's 3 minus I. 3 that's n minus I, going from right to left. Yeah. So here, all right, let me put the thing here actually. So if we entered from here, our starting HP is 11. Ah, shit. It is tricky. It's not so straightforward. Because here, oh wait, maybe it's not the requirement I gotta take the prefix sum of. It's the damage I gotta take the prefix sum of. Maybe, let me think. PNL Wizard, are you still working full time? I'm unemployed right now. I don't have a job. My job is to just hang out with y'all. Portnoy, what up? How you doing? Welcome. I'm trying to solve this Q3 on an old contest. Not doing too well. I think I'm taking the suffix sums of the wrong thing. It really should be the damage. So let me try that again. So the damage suffix sum, it's like 0. Voluntarily unemployed. Yeah, voluntarily unemployed, man. What's your advice to beginner learning data structures, algos in Python? BumbleBZ, what's happening? Advice to a beginner learning data structures, algos. How beginner? Like, you're a student? Are you studying in university? Or are you trying to be self-taught? Give me a little bit more background so I can try and give you some okayish advice. I'll try to give you advice, but I don't know, man. Streaming, he's full-time twitching and coding, vibe coding. Yeah, not full-time Twitch, I don't think. I only do like a few hours a week. Like 15, 20, 25 hours a week. That's not full-time. University student, just started LeetCoding, like 2 sum and linked list problems only. All right, so you're in university, so at least you'll get some like other knowledge. I'm hoping they teach you some type of data structures in university. But my suggestion would just be to start early. It seems like hopefully you're not like in your senior year or something just starting. Try to take your training seriously, which means try and practice at the same time every time. Like, I think that's like the best way to develop a routine. Just choose a time and show up to that time every single day, or at least 3-4 times a week. And say try to learn all the algorithms, all the foundational algorithms first before you go and try doing random problems. Doing random problems in the beginning I don't think is very useful, except for maybe checking your ego. Like, doing random problems in the beginning is going to discourage you a lot. So if you're coming into LeetCode thinking it's gonna be so easy, like, man, I'm so smart, I'm just gonna learn everything in a month, then maybe do some random problems to begin, and you'll quickly realize that it's gonna take a lot longer. But all I'm saying is try to get all the common algorithms down and data structures, I guess. You know, like, target each topic individually, do a bunch of problems for the next day or two in only that topic. And then once you feel pretty comfortable, like, you don't have to solve super hard problems under that topic. I'd say once you know how to do a standard implementation and maybe like 1 or 2 variances that aren't too crazy, that's like a good foundation to begin with for each topic. Once you have that, then I'd say start hitting random problems. But you don't want to do problems that are too difficult. Like, you don't want to be doing a problem that only super crazy experts can solve, because you're just wasting your time. You need to target problems that are around your skill range, and you won't really know what your skill is until maybe start taking LeetCode contests or something. But then there's also this site called ZeroTrack that rates each LeetCode problem with an actual rating instead of just easy, medium, hard. And this rating is backed by real life data, depending on how many people could solve the problem during the contest it appeared in. So this rating actually means something. And if your rating is like 1500 is usually what new people start with, and you try solving a 3700 rated problem, you're gonna have a bad time, man. If you even try solving a 2000 rated problem as a 1500 rating, it's not gonna be great, man. You should definitely target something just outside of your range. But in the beginning, you don't really know what your rating is, so that's why maybe you should take a couple contests to figure that out. When are you making Type Laser? I'm making it right now, man. Maybe I'll bring it up on stream next week. Yeah, so hopefully that's helpful for you, Bumblebeezy. I don't think there's any secrets to it, man. I think the cat's out the bag. Everybody knows if you study algorithms, you're gonna get $200,000 job or something similar. So everyone's doing it, but it's not easy. If it was easy, like, everyone would be balling, man. Do you think LeetCode is actually good for learning to code? I think so, man. I think some people might tell you it's not, because it doesn't teach you everything about coding, but it does get you familiar with the tools in your language, and it does get you thinking about using the correct data structures for what you're doing. So it teaches you some things for sure. But if your goal is to like build, you know, products and stuff, I don't know how much LeetCode will help you to do that. I think LeetCode is a massive time waste. Instead of doing projects or multiple of them and learning how to make them, I think business logic is way more important than solving useless math problems in LeetCode. Drots 420, welcome to the party. Yeah, lots of people think that, man. I think it's not a huge time waste. I was saying earlier, LeetCode, learning how to LeetCode has been the #1 best payoff of my time in my whole life that I've ever invested. I literally spent 1,000, maybe, yeah, I spent 1,000 hours and I sunk it into LeetCode, and I got a lot of money for doing that. So I don't think it's a massive waste of time in that sense. I think it is a really great use of your time if you want to get a job at a big tech company. What's Typeblazer? It's just a side project I'm working on for multiplayer typing. Chubby Puppy Bear, what's happening? It can be because it shows you different approaches to code, but it also very valuable. Also shows you different ways to think about creating and writing code, but it's definitely worth doing independently while building stuff as well. Yeah, LeetCode is not going to teach you everything you need to know to like build things, that's for sure. But it is interesting. All right. Wait, do you recommend doing specific types of problems for specific companies' interviews? Depends on the company. I think it's pretty well known. Actually, I don't know recently, but in the past, like Amazon and Facebook, they use like pretty standard questions from LeetCode. I know Google asks very unique questions. They ban questions that are leaked, so that's not to say you won't ever get a question that's on LeetCode in a Google interview, because I got at least one question that was the same. So I recommend, if it's like meta you're targeting, I recommend going over the meta problems on LeetCode or Amazon problems, especially their OAs. I think Amazon OAs are all the same. Like it's a small set of problems. But man, I just recommend trying to actually learn the material. That way you don't have to worry about being as lucky anymore, because you'll have more knowledge to pull from. And yeah, that's what I think about LeetCode, man. It's definitely not a massive time waste. Depends on how you look at it. If your goal is, if you're like a trillionaire or something and you just want to learn how to code, I don't know if spending thousands of hours on LeetCode is the way, you know. But if you're just a regular person and you're trying to get paid, man, I think LeetCode is not a waste of time. All right, I think I might give up on this Q3. I don't know if I can do it, man. So, yeah, I think my last idea was suffix sums on the damage. So this would be like 7. This would be 13. And this would be 16. So if I come in index 1, I look at the suffix sum, and then I try and see how far I can reach here with 11 hit points. So 11 hit points. Man, do I need the damage? And also, like, how do I know how many things in the requirements I hit? That's, I think it's a little too hard from Elite Whale. Maybe I need... Because how do I know? Just because my HP tells me, yeah, I have more HP than these 2 damages. It doesn't necessarily mean I'll get the points for all those rooms, because there's also a health requirement that you need to get those points. So I am unsure, man. Unsure. 11, 9. All right. All right, Leetwill, give me a little hint, man. Try and guide me, I guess. Hey, smart coder, welcome to the party. What's going on? Hey, do you still take contests, or do you still study LeetCode smart coder now that you got a big job and stuff? Or have you just been chilling? Not studying LeetCode. Contest 100%? Dang. You're hardcore, man. 100%. Can't be risking my career in this messed up economy. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Alright, Leetwhale. I'm gonna look at a little hint, man. Ninja Sky Entertainment. Question for me. What's happening? Well, not official question, but you got a question for me? What's the question? Welcome. Damn, look at that. 30% acceptance rate. Jesus Christ. Prefix sums on the damage. Why am I thinking suffix sums? Prefix sums on the damage. Yes. Okay. 3, 9. And then you binary search on the prefix sums to find out what room you can make it to with HP still. But then, like, yeah, I think I got that part. But the big question for me is, how do I know I get those points for the rooms? Like, the require, you know? How do you know when you gotta do some crazy things, you know? Does UE5 have a also copyright for games we make, or do we have to pay for it? What kind of question is that, man? That's not a question for a person like me, man. I don't know anything about game dev. But yet you're coding? Hey, just because somebody codes doesn't mean they're a game dev, though. Anyways. Initially, the total points per score is the total number of subarrays. What does that mean, man? We need to subtract subarrays ij that do not satisfy Yeah, this problem is a little bit too hard for me, for sure. Let me see what the zero track 3771. 3771. Dang, 1981. I should hit that, but I guess I'm not even on 2K rated anymore. So I guess that rating checks out, man. I'm a scrub. Using binary search. So I had the right tools in mind. I just don't know how to put it together, man. This problem is Q3 in a contest a few weeks ago. What's happening, TV Josh? It's a math formula for the cumulative sum over an array of length n. Oh, you're talking about this hint here? This one, this hint? Yeah. I guess I haven't really. I should probably think about this a little bit more. I don't know, man. Too hard. A problem too hard for me. Hey, B. Kirkpatrick, are you taking LeetCode contest? Are you a LeetCode connoisseur? Do you enjoy LeetCode like the rest of us here? Or are you like studying for interviews right now? Or what? Dumpy Don, welcome to the party. How are you? Are you gonna give this weekly contest? No, I'm too scared to take the contest right now. I feel like if I take one more contest, I'm gonna lose my night badge because I've been on such a downward spiral ever since like last year. Ever since I stopped studying LeetCode, man, and I try and take the contest, it's been a bad time for me. But I think I will start taking the contest in a couple weeks. I'm just not ready right now. Who cares about racing anymore? At least I don't. Yeah, I like to think I don't care too much about my rating, but I guess I do a little bit. You gotta try giving virtual contests at least once. Yeah, I try and do all the virtual contests that I missed. So even I don't do them live, I still do the contest to see how I would have done. And man, I've been getting really destroyed lately, you know. I'm always hoping for 3-4, but honestly some contests wreck me. Yeah, these days if I get 3, I'm super happy. But not just about getting 3, it's like getting 3 in like less than an hour or so. I used to get Q3 by 30 minutes or so, but man, I haven't done that in a long time. Are you planning to get to the next LeetCode level? That would be nice, but I don't think I want to put the time in to get that good right now, you know. I'll still practice lightly, but I think for me to get to Guardian, it will be a uncomfortable grind that I'm not willing to do right now. I think I've given up on my Guardian journey for now, at least. I only have so much time, and I don't know if that's what I want to spend on. Especially since I'm unemployed, you know, like I'm trying to make some money somehow. And I don't think LeetCode Guardian is the way for me at the moment. Anyways, contest starts in like 1 hour. What do y'all say? What y'all want to do? Y'all want to do like a nice warm-up elite rooms? Easies, mediums, or just mediums for this room? Let's do just mediums. Hey, somebody from YouTube, what's happened? Long t-shirt, cool. Thank you very much. Thank you. Abilash, what's happened? Is this still valid in the age of AI? It seems it is still valid. It seems so, because I don't think many big tech interviews have changed. LeetCode is still going strong, man. That could be fortunate or unfortunate, depending on how you view LeetCode. Alright, here we go. Here's a room code. Can non-premium users use that? Yes, this is an extension called Leet Rooms. It's only for Chrome. And it allows us to just be in the same room if anybody wants to join. Alright, we got 4 medium problems. If you want to warm up before the contest, you can join that room. Let me pin that message. Alright, the problems are removing minimum and maximum from array, minimum number of arrows to burst balloons, insufficient nodes en route to leaf paths, and sort colors. Alright, here we go. Remove minimum and maximum from array. You are given a 0-indexed array of distinct integers nums. There is an element in nums that has the lowest value and an element that has the highest value. We call them the minimum and maximum respectively. Your goal is to remove both these elements from the array. A deletion is defined as either removing an element from the front of the array or removing an element from the back. Return the minimum number of deletions it would take to remove both the minimum and maximum element from the array. I can do this. So I'm going to try to remember the distance from minimum and maximum. And then I'm just going to like shave off. Wait. Actually, I take it back. Let me think a little bit more. Hey Simon, what about something like this with vibe coding for the page? What is this? Vibe coding for the page? What are you talking about? Like put people's badges on there? I'm not sure what you mean here. Like listing all my badges because I don't got any badges. Oh, I got 9 badges. I don't think anybody cares about these badges, man. Except maybe LeetCode Knight and Guardian. Those are, I guess some of these are good, like consistency badges or whatever. Hey, no worries. All right. Minimum, maximum. So they're saying 5. Yeah. So we take that and then we just have to pop everything else. So this is the space. Yeah, I can do this, man. So max index, min index. I guess I'll just iterate through to find the min and the max, right? So if I say like if this is greater than the max, then are they all distinct numbers? Yes, they are distinct. And I'll be like, if this is less than the min, and then now that I have the indices of the min and the max, I suppose I take the difference, because yeah, in this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the diff between the absolute difference between 1 and 5. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers. It's gonna be n minus the difference between that plus 1. I think so. Let's see. Hey, Dumpy Don, what's happened? Oh, this is wrong. This is how many elements in there. So is it just... Let me think about what I'm doing. I'm trying to... This is... Oh, this is the number of elements. I don't even know if this formula is funky, man, but I think it might work. Kinda. Oh, snap. We got negative numbers. How do negative numbers affect my solution here? Answer is 2 when it should be 3. I think I'm not understanding the problem because I'm tripping. I thought we have to remove from the left. Oh, this one is like... Oh, I see what's happening. So it's either you remove all of that from one side, all of it from the other side, or all of these, right? So this and that. So this one is removing... All right, let me make it a little bit more clear. So if we removed all from the left, that would be equal to the max of these two indices. The maximum of those two indices plus 1, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then if we remove all from the back, then it's the min . 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, n minus min. And then if we removed all from the left and all from the right, then it's Still using int min instead of numeric limits int min? Wait, am I supposed to be using that long ass thing, Icy Black Deep? Why do I why do I gotta use that instead of int min? So they're asking the minimum. I think that should do it, man. And C++, ain't it? I don't know what you're talking about, Icy Black Deep. All right, Q1, not so bad. Not so bad. What else they got? Q2. Dang, Q, you're tearing up these problems, man. Int min is a C thing. I didn't know that. Well, I like it a lot more than typing out all that other stuff. Our minimum number of arrows to burst balloons. There are some spherical balloons taped onto a flat wall that represents the XY plane. The balloons are represented as a 2D integer array points, where points I equals start and end denotes a balloon whose horizontal diameter stretches between X start and X end. You do not know the exact Y coordinate of the balloons. Arrows can be shot up directly vertically in the positive Y direction from different points along the X axis. A balloon with start and end is burst by an arrow shot at X if X is within inclusive bounds. There is no limit to the number of arrows that can be shot. A shot arrow keeps traveling up indefinitely, bursting any balloons in its path. Given the array points, return the minimum number of arrows that must be shot to burst all balloons. I don't know, man. This is like a type of line sweep thing where so if we had some type of thing like this, and it's saying we have these points, so I'm gonna draw them. I guess I'll sort them, and it looks like this. So that goes from 1 to 6, that's one balloon. Then we got 2 to 8, that's another balloon. And then we got 10 to 16. So I think the points, X start, X end. Or to give a more actual reason, int min is a macro that just expands to a literal number. Numeric limits min is typed. It's also more flexible if your type can change. Alright, I guess that makes sense. You can just give it any type. Long, or whatever. But there's also L long min, L long max. Maybe if it wasn't LeetCode and if it was like real code, probably. But I think for LeetCode, int min is fine, right? I don't see what's wrong with that. Especially in like where speed and characters counts, you know? Maybe it's just old habit for me too. I've been typing int min. For LeetCode, people do so many bad things. Yeah, We do a lot of bad things. But you gotta code for the job you're given, right? Not for, you don't want to over-engineer things, you know? They say like a perfect race car is one that falls apart as soon as it crosses the finish line, right? So you don't want a race car that's gonna take you beyond the LeetCode scope. You want a race car that just breaks apart as soon as the scope is more than LeetCode. And that's the perfect machine. Legon TW, what's happening? Hi, I find your stream both interesting and soothing. Thank you so much and welcome to the party. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a line sweep. A line sweep is one of my favorite techniques. My #1 favorite algorithm to implement and to show. Line sweep is useful for interval problems like this one. And it's nice to visualize because a line sweep is literally taking like this vertical line I got here, and we're just counting how many times we intersect a balloon. So as soon as we have one intersection, as it's like, wait, let me make it so it sweeps the whole thing. So we're sweeping. Now we have one balloon intersected. We had 2. We go down to 1 again, and then we go to 0. And anytime we go to 0, that's when we should increment how many arrows we need to shoot. So this whole section, we went up and we went back down to 0. That's 1 arrow we shoot. And then now it's 1 arrow, and then we go back down to 0 again, another arrow. So that's 2 arrows to pop all these balloons. And I'll show you how to implement that. Mox Joshi, what's happening? I should not ask, but what's your salary? 0. I don't make any money, man. I'm unemployed. But when I worked at Google, my salary, my TC was, I don't know what my actual TC was. My salary was around 200K plus stocks and bonus and whatever. So probably like 300 something TC, total compensation. But I don't have that job anymore, man. Are you retired now? No, I'm not retired. I'm just out here living my life for the next couple of years before I have to go back to work maybe. Or maybe I'll figure out how to make money on my own by then. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to figure out how to feed myself without asking big corporate places to feed me. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet, though. Mini retirement. Yeah, I'm like mini retired. So, this is how we're going to create, how do you do this? A list of events. How do you do this again? So these are my events. I don't know which open or close I should process first. I'll figure that out because it says it's inclusive. So I'll figure this out in a bit. So I'm iterating over all my points. And for my events, I'll have an opening event. So anytime an interval opens, like this is an opening event, we're gonna say we push back that interval. So it's points that, and that's an open event. And then this one is a closing event. So this list of points right here in our events thing, it's basically going to look like this. At 1, open. At 2, there's an opening event. At 6, there's a closing event. At 8, there's another closing event. At 10, there is an opening event, and then at 16 there's a closing event. So this is what our events is going to look like once we sort them, once we put everything in there and sort them, right? So now we're going to iterate over these events. Every time we see an opening, every time we see an opening thing, then we increment. So right now our number of balloons is, call that balloons, is 1. We go to the next thing, number of balloons increments to 2. We hit the closing, we decrement, number of balloons is now 1. And we hit this next one, number of balloons is now 0. And then every time our balloons hits 0, that's when we increment how many arrows we need. So like we hit 0, so I'll hit 1 arrow. But this is the part that I need to figure out, whether we need to process the opening events first or the closing events first. Like what if there is an opening event on 8 or something? Like which one do we process first? Do we process the closing or the opening? And it usually tells you in the description. So if it's inclusive, like they say X, and it says a balloon is burst by an arrow at X if X is within these bounds, the start and the end, and it's inclusive of those start and ending intervals. So that usually means like those are attached. So I'd probably want to process my opening events before my closing events. So here I will leave my opening as 0 and close as 1. That means my opens will be coming before the close. So let me just add this one balloon here to demonstrate what I'm talking about. So if there's a balloon 8 to 9, then we still only need 2. No. Dang, wait, how do you do this? Every time we decrement. Yeah, like this would be 1, and then every time it decrements, this would be another. I think I'm confusing myself now with this problem, but I know I can do it with line sweep. Yeah, I think every time we hit a closing event, that's when we need to pop. Anyways, so is that true though? Yeah, I'm gonna just code it up and see if it passes. No, that can't be right, man. Because we build this up and then we hit the closing. Let me think about it a little bit more. Wait, genius optimal approach, randomly shoot arrows until all of them are burst. Save the numbers of arrows instead. Yeah, maybe. Alex, NK Dev, what's happening? Are you doing a weekly contest today? I'm too scared to do it, man. So I'm just practicing some LeetCode without taking a contest. So 1, 2, we can hit those together. Man, how do you do this? I have saw this for sure, but I don't remember how to do anything, man. I'm trying to explain line sweep, but maybe line sweep is not even what we do, you know? Maybe I just confuse everybody with whatever I'm talking about. What kind of language do you need to write these solutions? Any language. Anything but JavaScript. No, JavaScript is probably not the best language to do LeetCode in, but you can still do it in JavaScript, man. The most popular are Python, C++, and Java. When are we allowed to help you? All right, let me think. Let me think. So I guess I can, once I see. All right, let me not think of line sweep here. Let me think of just the intervals, right? So as soon as I see one balloon, then I can go all the way until its end and pop any interval that overlaps, right? And then once I find a balloon that doesn't, then yeah, all right, I'm gonna do that. Forget all, man, I feel silly explaining all that line sweep. I was so sure it was a line sweep. But it doesn't seem so. I think I can just sort the dang event or sort the dang points. I'm just rusty, man. And now I can iterate over the points. And then now for each point, like it starts at this, I want to go. All right, I have to remember that previous end or something, right? So that's the first point ending. And I'll be like, if, I guess, I'm amazed at how many coders streaming in Twitch here not using AI. Forget the vibe coding. You are the architect and in control, and AI writes your code. What are you talking about? I use AI all the time, man. I love using AI. But right now, it's not the time and place for AI for these problems. So I was gonna say, so if the current point starts before the previous end, then we should just continue. Otherwise, we should pop the balloon, and the previous end is now equal to this end. I'm gonna just do it like that. I don't know what the hell. Uh-oh. How am I get 0, man? Because I had a typo, that's why. But I still... should I just return +1, man, and send it? I guess, right? Hey, Q, redeeming the type racer. Hey, I'm struggling so much on these problems, man. I can't believe how much I suck. How the hell am I not getting the right answer for this one? Let me think. All right, let's do the type racer. Let's do the type racer. This is why I'm not taking the contest right now. I need to get up to speed again, you know? All right, type racer. First race is the warm-up. Second race is the championship round. You guys ready? Let's warm up. All right, the contest starts in pretty much 30 minutes, man. So if you want to take the contest, you gotta get ready. Go eat some food. Man, it seems everyone struggled with that passage. I guess those semicolons and some weird ass words really throw people off. Bad passage, yeah, real bad passage. Good thing it's just a little warm up, man. It's all good. All right, championship round. Oh shit, I forgot to send it in the Discord. Championship round. Here we go. Nine people up in here for the championship. All right. I think I can do this. I think I can hit triple digits. We'll see. Dang, look at that. Don't defense. So consistent these days. How do you do it, man? Triple digits. Q 107, don't defense 109, myself 103. Clistar 85, Icy Black Deep 78. Alright, don't defense with the 109, man. This was easier. What am I doing? Oh shit. Let's close my chat. Alright, let me add it to don't defense with the 109. Too easy. Always the last one. How do you guys do it? Just practice, man. It's difficult when it's not your native language, yeah, for sure. I can't imagine like trying to type in a language I don't really know that well. Alright, let's look. Type Racer leaderboards. That was Don't Defense's 61st win. If No Condom Chris doesn't come back soon, he's gonna get dusted, man. Unfortunately. You can do monkey type with just random letters. Man, that sounds so hard. I can't hit random letters. But maybe it will make you fast in all languages. Perhaps. But No Condom Chris is better than me, so if he comes back, he will revive. Hey, hopefully he'll come back. I used to be a lot slower before watching this stream, guys. You have a chance. Yeah, I think we've all improved. Except Icy Black Deep, man. Icy Black Deep has been doing these type racers with us for years. And I don't think I've seen a big improvement, man. I've seen Q go from like mid 70s, 80s to like 100 plus. I've seen Smart Coder go from like 60s, 70s to like 90s, 100s. I've seen Icy Black Deep go from like 69s to 69s, 69 to 71, you know. Anyways, consistency, yeah, you got some good consistency. What are we doing? We're trying to pop these dang balloons, which shouldn't give me trouble, but something ain't right. So I sort by, let me see what these things coming in here are. So if I sort them, it'll be 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, 6, 8. That's them sorted. I should probably just draw them out, man. It will help me visualize a lot easier what's going on. I should have done that initially instead of doing this. Like, you know. Anyways, so 1, oh shit, 1 to 10. We got 3 to 9. We got 4 to 11. We got 6 to 7. We got 6 to 9. Eight to 12. 9 to 12. I don't even know if these are lined up correctly, but they say I'm putting down 1 for my answer. How is that possible? Alright, I'm here. Skip that one. I skip that one. I skip that one. I skip that one. I see. I see. Now seeing this, my approach, yeah, my approach is wrong too, man. If you're in school right now studying CS, what would you have done? LeetCode? Yeah, I would study some LeetCode. I'll also work on, I don't know. Depends on which school I'm in, man. But I would for sure be studying LeetCode, working on projects, and just trying to be the best I can be. Lower tier? Oh man. I've just been doing both, you know. LeetCode and projects, man. Because I think you'll need the projects from a lower tier school. You're gonna need the projects to get an interview. And then you're gonna need LeetCode eventually if you want to get a top company, like a big tech job. If you're not from top 10, does it make harder? I think it's maybe a little bit more challenging to get an interview if you're not from a target school. Even as front end, would you recommend LeetCode? As front end, I'd say I'd recommend LeetCode less, but I think lots of front end positions still ask you algorithms. Alright, so maybe I have to sort, instead of by the starting, maybe by the ending. And if I did that, then I'd pop, shoot this balloon. Man, I'm struggling. I've solved this problem so many times throughout my career, man. How come I can't solve it again? It's crazy, man. Look, one shot, 2 shots, no shots. I've deteriorated a lot. I would look at the intersection logic. Yeah, alright. So I shoot the arrow. right here. How do I know this is a good spot to shoot? Well, I can see it visually, but it needs to be within this one. If I sorted them by their ending times, so alright, not only does it have to start, but it so alright, I'm here. So what am I looking at? How do they overlap? Everything that overlaps. I can hit 5 balloons right here. And then these 2 balloons I cannot hit. How do I know that, man? Like as soon as I decrease one, I need to pop. I don't know, maybe counting how many times each number is in a balloon. Is the point you're looking at the past interval that you previously looked at? What you said? Points you're looking at the past interval that you previously looked at. I'm not sure what that means. Intersection is growing. And then boom, one is lost. Okay. I don't know. Is the point you're looking at past the interval that you previously looked at? Hey, Hepta5, what's happening? Alright, I think contest starts soon. I'm not taking it though, but I don't know if I got any juice left in me. Should I look at my old solutions, man? I'm gonna see what I did 2 years ago. Take it on another account? I was thinking about that, but I don't know if I want to maintain 2 accounts. I think I just need to practice some LeetCode for a week or 2 more, and then I'll jump back into the contests. So I sort by ending. Is that it? Just sort by the ending? But then, alright, let's say we did that, right? We sort by the ending. Yeah. And then you hit a point. So this is the last thing. We pop this, and then can you move back to Cali? New York City is so expensive. I'd rather go to SF. I don't live in New York anymore, Hepta5. I moved. But yeah, New York is expensive. California is expensive also. Where am I at? I haven't said. I'm not saying. But you guys are going to figure it out sooner or later. It's only a matter of time before I dox myself, man. Hey, Brett, what's happened? What's the room code? Room code is this. Brett, I'm struggling so much with algorithms, man. It's not a great feeling to like not remember anything. But it is what it is. You need an Amazon commode bedside chair. No, I don't need that anymore. I don't do interviews. So we sort from the end. But then how do I know? So the first one, all right, we start from the beginning, and then this is the last arrow we shot, and then we just look for everybody who's like, so if the current point starts before, I don't know, man. How is it? Just sort by the ending instead? Man, I'm super rusty, that's why. Man, LeetCode sucks. That's for sure. Today it sucks. Alright, insufficient nodes in route to leaf path. Line search, line sweep. I didn't even do the line sweep there because I don't think it's a line sweep problem, man. But actually, let me look at, I just did a dang sort by the ending. Let me see my previous solutions, like, are all of them the same? Man, I just think of this so quickly when I'm in tune. Like when I'm practiced up, this is like no brainer, but when I'm out of practice, who the hell made me name this variable? Primogen must have rated me that day or something. You can sort by start. Yeah, can you? Let me see what you did, Q. Oh, you do this min thing. Oh, nice drawing, Q. I like your drawing. I love seeing this, man. Like, I feel like interval problems look so nice when you draw it out with these things. I think, like, anytime I see this, I'm impressed. It's like, damn, look at this guy. He's an ASCII art master. How you just draw that up live in front of everybody, you know? If I was interviewing somebody and they drew this diagram live in front of me, maybe I'm a little bit biased because I do it, but I'll be impressed, man. Like, wow, this guy's a real nerd. He must spend tons of time in front of a computer to like be able to draw that without even making a mistake. Yeah. Anyways. Oh, Brett solved it too. Let's see what Brett did. I'm not sure what this means. Are you sorting also by the end here? Same thing, yeah. What was that? Hamdi Emad, thank you very much for the follow. Think LeetWhale can help me solve it? Yeah, LeetWhale is real good. I'm feeling lazy, man. But let's try one more problem. Insufficient nodes in root to leaf path. Given the root of a binary tree and an integer limit, delete all insufficient nodes in the tree simultaneously and return the root of the resulting binary tree. A node is insufficient if every root to leaf path intersecting this node has a sum strictly less than limit. I can do it, man. Let's see. So some type of DFS probably. We're gonna say if we're at the ends, oh no, just return. Let's think. Root to leaf. So we need the sum as we're going down. No, we need the sum. Oh shit, hold on. Root to leaf. Intersecting this node has a sum strictly less than limit. Again, brain frog on Q3 couldn't visualize it. Yeah, it sounds kind of confusing, I'm not gonna lie. But maybe that's why I look at examples. It's like, what the hell does this output mean, man? Give us a picture, you know? Give us a picture of what the thing looks like. So, alright, the limit is 1. So, I suppose it's saying all, like, this whole thing is cut. This whole thing is cut too. I can do this, right? I can do this for sure, but not right now because I'm about to end stream and I gotta pee, and I don't want to go pee and come back and then just leave. So maybe I'll just leave real soon. But yeah, I feel like this problem is doable for sure. Every possible path from root to any leaf that goes through the node. I think that's what that means. Yeah. So that's what the commode chair is for. I guess you have a point, man. Maybe I should buy one. Alright, so I guess my brain is thinking of doing some type of DFS. I forget what it's called. I guess it would be called post order DFS. And then I look at my left, I look at my right, and I guess each node is going to return the roots to leaf sum. Each node will return that. So this will have 2 of them and none of those work, so we just eliminate that node. No, each node should return a node. Each node should return a node and the root to path sum. Or a count of how, okay, each path should return a node. So it's like either the node itself. No. Each path should return how many. Each node should return how many sufficient. No, how many? What am I talking about, man? How many paths are sufficient? So if it has at least one path that's sufficient, then we need to keep that node. But if it doesn't, we should eliminate that node. I'm pretty sure I can solve it. Someone in the living room is asking you to check out their solution. Oh shit, my bad. It's Q1 is someone similar to LeetCode 2211. I don't know if I've done that. Let's see, Q1 solution. Thank you, Q. Sometimes I don't see things, man. Forward, backward. Is that what you call it? Sparse? Oh, alright. I don't know if you're watching. Who is this? Dumpy Don? Dumpy Don. If you're still around and you're watching this, I think you can simplify this part by doing min and max, right? So see, like, you have this if statement, and this is like if your max index is bigger than the min index. I think you can put like your min index, like right here you can just put max, min and max, and min and max, and it will work for both. Like you would need this if else. I did something like that in my solution. I think we have basically the same solution, man. Basically the same. Let me see what mine was. But yeah, instead of having those if statements, I just use the maximum of the min and max index and the minimum to get like all the left side, all the right side, and I guess you call this some sparse thing. But yeah, nice solution. Anyways, LeetCode contest is in literally 6 minutes, and I'm not taking it yet. I'll start taking it in a couple weeks, I think. Maybe. We'll see. I'm too scared, man. It starts in 5 minutes. So who's taking the contest? Dumpy Donnie taking it. Q looks like he's taking it. Ronald Creed from YouTube, what's happening? Are you taking contest? I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. LeetCode contests have not been fun for me in the last year or so. They used to bring a lot of joy and feelings of excitement, and it was like super fun to like compete. But these days, I don't get the same feeling, man. Especially knowing how many people use LLMs to boost their rating and stuff. It's kind of like I'm playing Counter-Strike and I know there's people just using aimbots out there, and I just get clipped every single game, man. Just boom, headshot. But I'm not getting the headshots. I'm the ones getting headshotted. And it's like not that fun, you know? That's how I feel. We need a community leaderboard that we can challenge ourselves against. Yeah, that would be nice, but I don't know if it's a solvable problem with these LLMs out there in the wild. I don't think there's ever going back, man. I think this is just how it's gonna be. LLM users are actively being clipped, so contest leaderboard is 99% real. Well, it feels bad to just get clipped by everybody else because I don't practice as much then. I think the average level skill of LeetCode is definitely rising. Anyways, I gotta go. And we gotta find somebody to raid. This guy's doing LeetCode, man. I'm just gonna go chill, and I'll see y'all on Monday. Let me initialize this raid first. Alright, everybody. Thank you for tuning in, man. Good luck on the contest. Take the contest? No, not today, man. I'll take the contest eventually. I just need some more time to get myself situated, man. Don't you worry. You JavaScripts, hey, and welcome. and goodbye because I'm ending stream. Alright, Smart Coder, Q Ultimus. Have a good night. Enjoy the contest. You only got a couple minutes. You JavaScript, hello and goodbye. Icy Black Deep Dumpy Don. Have a good night. Thank you very much for tuning in. Legon TW, welcome and have a good night. Thank you for tuning in. Also, Portnoy, Hepta5. See you later, alligators. Bretts. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, man. Everybody, don't defense. A Blink. B Kirkpatrick. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time, man. See y'all on Monday for vibe coding and for algorithms. 2 streams on Monday. And see you later, alligators. See you later, YouTubers, lurkers, and everybody else.